Hey, have a good day. Hello, everyone. Do you like blasting your way to victory? Doing as many attacks in a round as possible? Rolling those click-clacks over and over to the chagrin of your DM and friends? Going Nova and taking down the ancient dragon by yourself? Well, here's a build you could try. The longbow-toting, eldritch blasting, warlock wizard fighter multiclass. 200 plus average damage in one round when you go Nova at level 13 by doing 11 attacks in a round by combining ranged weapon attacks and Eldritch Blast. Interested? Then let's head on to the build. Alright, for the build. So, this build is gonna be all about that damage. The name of the character we're gonna give is Billy EB Joe. EB stands for Eldritch Blast because that's what you'll be doing. The goal of this build is to annoy everyone on the table with your rolls and have your character become a machine gun or a Gatling gun at the end of the day. The progression will be Eldritch Blasting to Eldritch Blasting harder with bonus arrows. The fun of this is depends on you. It's a very one thing and one thing only kind of class, and it's all about that damage. The race we'll be choosing is Variant Human for that level 1 feat. For the ASI, 1 in Charisma, 1 in Dex. For the feat, we'll take Meta Magic Adept, Quickening Spell. This gives us a bonus action cantrip attack for 1 turn. Yeah, it's enough. It only gives us like 2 sorcery points, and both those sorcery points will be used on you quickening your Eldritch Blast to use as a bonus action on one of the turns. This is for the Nova later. The starting stats, I'm just going to use standard array. It depends all on how your game is played, obviously, but standard array, I'm trying to make this build as flexible as possible. The spread will be 8 to strength, 13 to Dex. We have a +1 from the ASI over here. 12 in Con, 14 in Intelligence, 10 in Wisdom, and 15 in Charisma, +1 from the ASI again. The modifiers will be you'll start with a -1 in Strength, +2 in Dex, +1 in Con, +2 in Intelligence, +0 in Wisdom, and +3 in Charisma. The pro of this build is a single target damage dealer, so you'll be doing a lot of single target damage. The damage really ramps up at later levels. It's a very simple playstyle. Shoot, Eldritch Blast, shoot, Eldritch Blast, and so on and so forth until the guy's dead. You get to roll a lot of click, blah blah blah. A lot of click clacks. And you get to be a machine gun later on. Cons: more attacks equals more time spent calculating, equals the rest of the players on the table will stare daggers at you. But please look at the goal. We're here to annoy everyone. So, moving on. Number 2. Takes 2 turns to set up for the Nova. So, I'll go on with the how to set everything up for the big Nova later on. But yeah, it takes 2 turns to set up for the Nova. Number 3 is the simple playstyle. Again, so it can be boring for people. Depends on what you like. Number 4, at later levels, your blade singing becomes redundant. You'll see why later. I'll explain it. Number 5, more attacks also means more chances to miss. So all my average damage calculations later on is based on everything hitting one target. So the efficiency can be different. So it's based on you on how you want to build it as you're continuing through the campaign. Number 6, starts coming online at level 8. Yeah. So at level 8, the build will come online, so that's a long wait for some people. But maybe if I show you the average damage in the levels below 8, then you will see whether you want to play this build or not. So let's just go on to the table. This is the table for level 1 to 7. So we're going with Hexblade Warlock for the first 2 levels. And for the rest of the 5 levels after this will be a bladesinging wizard. The early levels 1 and 2, we have Eldritch Blast, which will be our main damage. Eldritch Invocation, we'll choose Agonizing Blast for more damage. We can add our Charisma modifier to our Eldritch Blast. And any other invocation which plays with your style. It can be Repelling Blast, Blast of Hadar, Devil's Sight, whatever you want. But this will be switched out at level 9. Number 3, we have Hex, because we want an extra 1d6 necrotic damage when you hit a target. And we have Hexblade's Curse, which gives us more Nova power. Hexblade's Curse, you can crit on a 19 or 20, and you add extra damage based on your proficiency, which is great. And if the target dies, you get some temporary hit points as well. So pretty good start. First level and second level. At mid levels, 3 to 7, it's all about the utility for your spell slots. 3 to 7 is where you go into wizard, so you can just spend all on utility because you're all just doing one thing and one thing only, and that's Eldritch Blasting. So you can take Misty Step, Mage Armor, Long Strider, Jump, Featherfall, and whatever you want. Just know that the mod for your intelligence is just a +2 at this point. So it's not really very high for your saving throw DCs. But I trust you to make it work. So at level 2, Wizard, the school we will be taking is bladesinging. After Tasha's, they opened up bladesinging to other races as well, and they didn't say we have to use blades, so we'll be using a throwing weapon, and after that moving on to ranged weapons. So yeah, just changing it up. We'll flavor it some way or some other, maybe a bow singing thing or something like that. Anyway, level 3 Wizard, our proficiency will be a +3 at this point, so more Hexblade's Curse damage. Level 4, we're going to take ASI. We're going to put 2 in Charisma to give us a +4 mod in Charisma. The playstyle, Eldritch Blast your way to victory. You get 2 blasts at character level 5. Cast Hex on the first round to get the 1d6 bonus, and Hexblade's Curse on a priority target to get that bonus proficiency damage. So what you're gonna do? First turn, hex something, blast it. One time at the first before level 5. At level 5 you blast it twice, and so on and so forth. You can do a Mage Armor plus Bladesinging. This gives you an AC of 17. Increase your movement speed by 10 feet as well, and all those good stuff. Cloud of Daggers plus Repelling Blast. So you can cast Cloud of Daggers behind someone, or just behind someone, and then Repelling Blast them the next round into the Cloud of Daggers, which gives you 1d10 plus Charisma modifier plus 4d4 damage. Quicken spell. So you just quicken spell, you EB with your bonus action, and you EB with your action. So that is 2 blasts before level 5. At level 5, that's 4 blasts in a round. Alright. And the character levels, these are the damage calculations per level. So the full combo, which is Quicken Spell Eldritch Blast, plus the target is Hex as well as Hexblade's Curse on it. So it does 2d10 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2d6 Hex damage. So it averages around 28 damage at level 4 and below. The basic attack per round or per turn you can do is 1d10 plus 3 plus 1d6 hex damage, which is an average of 12, which is pretty good actually. It's not so bad. At level 5, the full combo increases to 60 on average because you have 2 blasts. So becomes 4d10 plus 12 plus 12 plus 4d6 hex damage. So you see how the damage ramps up as you reach the certain milestones in this class build. For 60 average damage, your basic attacks will be on 18 average damage. Full combo at level 6, 64 on average and 20 on average for the basic one. And level 8 is where you go 6 into Bladesinging Wizard. What this does is it gives you the Bladesinging extra attack, where one of the attacks can be replaced with a cantrip, which is going to be your Eldritch Blast. And number 2, to continue using Bladesinging and not be in melee range, you're going to use throwing weapons. Can be a dagger, can be a dart, can be a javelin, depends on you. The finesse weapons are better because obviously you don't have -1 strength, so you want finesse weapons. You want to have something which you can use your dexterity modifier for it. The playstyle for this is you throw a dagger for the first attack, then Eldritch Blast for the second, or vice versa. Depends on how you want to start. The damage calculation full combo, we have 75 average, and the basic attack we have 34 average. This is the dagger damage over here, and this is your Eldritch Blast damage over here. At level 9, we'll be continuing on with our Hexblade Warlock. We'll get the 3rd level for it. This unlocks Pack of the Blade. We're gonna use this mostly to get the improved pack weapon invocation. We'll switch out the second invocation for this improved pack weapon. This enables us to make a pack weapon a longbow, and giving us a +1 in that pack weapon as well. And the proficiency will get a +4 instead of +3 now. The playstyle, since we lose Bladesinging because a longbow is a two-handed weapon, we can't use Bladesinging with it. We can wear medium armor, which gives us 15 AC at this point. And what we're going to do is we're going to fire an arrow as the first attack, then Eldritch Blast for the second attack. The average damage has been bumped up to 85 average, comparatively to the 75. That's 10 more damage. And for our basic ones, it's 39 average over 34. And nothing's gonna happen much from 4 and 5, so we're just gonna push on to Hexblade Warlock 3 to 5. This is where we get our new Eldritch Invocation, Eldritch Smite. So at level 5 Warlock, you can have 3 Eldritch Invocations, so the third one will be Eldritch Smite. This gives us the spell slot should be at 3rd level at this point for your Warlock spell slots. So your Eldritch Smite will do 4d8 force damage. Level 4 Warlock, we're going to get an ASI, of course, to push it up to max, giving us a +5 modifier. And your Eldritch Blast now do 3 shots instead of 2. So, what's new for the playstyle? Eldritch Smite on pack weapon, which is your longbow, attack hit. So, the full combo will do an average damage of 144 damage. Over 85. You see that big jump is because of Eldritch Smite, as well as the additional 1 shot here. So the full combo does 6d10 plus 30 plus 1d8 plus 6, which is your bow damage, plus 28 Hexblade's curse damage, plus 7d6 hex damage and 4d8 smite damage. And your basic attack average will be a 56. At level 13, you're gonna push on to 2 levels in Fighter. This gives us a fighting style, which you can go for archery, which gives you a +2 to hit with the bow. And at level 2 Fighter, you get Action Surge, and our proficiency increases to a +5. The playstyle for this is you have an additional action to go Nova, so your Nova is bigger now due to getting Action Surge. The character level damage calculations for this one has jumped up by 100. So the full combo, 9d10 plus 45 plus duty 2d8 plus 12 plus 55 plus 11d6 plus 8d8, equaling to 245 average damage per round. And your basic attack is a 56 on average. I'm just gonna say there's no curse damage in your basic attack, it's just hex. Level 14, you're going for Fighter level 3, picking the Arcane Archer archetype. This gives you extra damage for your arrows. You can choose Bursting Shot, which does 2d6 force damage in 10 feet radius AoE against any creatures in that AoE, so you can't really pick if it hits your allies or not. Or Shadow Shot is a 2d6 psychic damage, and if they fail their spell save DC, they will go blind. Somewhat, they can't see further than 5 feet of them. So, with this pick, our average damage for this will launch to 259 average damage, and our basic attack will be 56 as well, still the same. At level 15, we'll take the 4th level in Fighter. We will choose a feat instead of ASI for this one. And the playstyle, Sharpshooter your shots. It's a +20 damage on the Nova. So Sharpshooter gives you a penalty of -5 to hit. But if you hit, you have a +10 bonus damage to it. The character levels damage calculation for this, for the full combo, jumps up to 279 damage comparatively to 259 because additional 20 damage here. Your basic attack now has grown stronger. I do not understand why I have a +20 here. It's 10. So this will be a 66 average. Right, so that's the end of the build. I didn't want to go into level 20 because usually nobody reaches to level 20. So other progression paths you can take for this build. You can have a starting class of Fighter 1. This pushes everything back by a level, but you gain proficiency with martial weapons and all armor types, so you can wear heavy armor if you so wish. It enables you to use hand crossbows because martial weapons, right? This increases the average damage per round at early levels, and since you are able to make hand crossbows into your pack weapon, because when they say like your hex weapon, right? They say it just needs to be a weapon. It doesn't say it needs to be a melee weapon or a ranged weapon. Last I checked. So what happens here is this thing over here, instead of throwing a dagger, you use a hand crossbow instead. So that's a 1d6 plus your modifier now would be a +4. So 1d6 plus 4. Yes. Your blade singing will be effect until character class 13 because 1, you can only fire your hand crossbow once per turn due to the loading property. and it does not work with action surge because of that. Because first action, you fire off your crossbow bolt, you do 3 Eldritch Blasts. Action surge, you can't fire off your crossbow bolt again because of the loading property on that turn, so you miss out on 1 attack for that one. And also at level 15, you do not get any of the arcane archer stuff. You can probably replace the archetype for something else. Level 15 feats, you can go crossbow expert if you want. It lowers your average damage, but you do gain back bladesinging, which is pretty good as well. You also gain the ability to fire your hand crossbow again with a bonus action, so increases your per turn basic attack average damage. And yeah, that's it for the build. I'm not going to talk much about backgrounds and all those stuff, because I would like you guys to have a lot of leeway in how you build from this tiny guideline here. So it could be anything. It could be a wand slinging, bow fighting cowboy or something like that. It's up to you. And yeah, that is the end of the video. Thanks you so much for watching. I hope this build is interesting enough for some of you. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you want to see more. And I'll see you guys next time. Bonus clip at the end.